Some watchmakers have decided long time ago to start scamming their customers who are clueless. So I've decided to make this video in hope of helping you avoid being scammed. First things first, and the most important step is acquiring a time reader. This is a big money saver. It will cost you anywhere from $100 to $200 for a base model, but it's more than worth it, especially if you own more than one watch. One of the big reasons people send their movements for servicing is because their watch will either be losing time or adding too much time. With this time reader, you'll know exactly if your movement needs to be serviced or just needs to be adjusted, which you can do using this time reader. Once you get one, you'll know how to use it instantly. It's easier than it looks. The rate tells you how many seconds the movement is running a day. If you see anything over plus or minus 10 seconds, you can adjust the lever by pushing it to the left to slow the beat rate down or push it to the right to make it go faster. On a Sellita movement or ETA movement, it's much easier to adjust the time. There's no need to push on a lever. All you need to do is slightly turn on a screw to slow the beat rate down or turn it the other way to make it go faster. Now, when you use this time reader, every time you make an adjustment, you want to give it a couple of seconds for the time reader to give you the correct reading. Once you get a hang of it, you'll be able to set the watch to hit between 1 to 2 seconds a day. One other important thing, if you notice that the rate is showing crazy readings, it means that your watch is magnetized and you'll need a $10 or $20 demagnetizer, which will easily fix that issue. Next, how to waterproof your watch. There is a big difference between waterproof and water resistant. You should know that there is no such thing as a waterproof watch. Watches can only resist pressure to a certain depth. Never worry about the depth rating of a watch because that's just marketing. If you're a professional diver, you're going to be buying a professional dive watch. If you're swimming in a 20 feet deep pool, you should never worry about the depth rating. For example, even just a replica watch which has 5 bars, which is 50 feet, is going to be fine for any use. 10 bars is 100 feet. When are you going to be 50 feet deep underwater? Your biggest culprit is showering with the watch or leaving it in the bathroom as you shower. The heat destroys the seal and eventually moisture finds its way onto your movement. Here's what a self-appointed watchmaker does to waterproof your watch, which you can simply do yourself. First thing you want to do is open the back case and check the seals to see if they're too hard or they look damaged. If you see any cracks, you'll need to replace the seals. Next, take your seal and soak it in grease and pop it back in. You can use any brand you like, but I'll post the link to the one I'm using. Without touching the seal, put it back and close the case. Make sure to screw the case back nice and tight and you're all set. You also can do this for the seal inside the crown. Also, another cause of water damage is the user forgetting to screw down the crown tightly or the back case might not be on too tight. So whether you have 5 bars or 30 bars, just make sure the crown and the back case are nice and tight and you'll be fine. If you own an ETA or Sellita movement, you should never wind the watch more than a couple of times just to get the movement going. These movements were designed to function with the automatic feature, so all you need to do is wind the movement a couple of times and wear the watch and let the automatic rotor do its job. If you have a watch with a date window, you need to make it a habit to only set the time 3 hours or more after midnight. If you set the time during the date change frame, you will eventually offset the date window. Fun fact, did you know that when you send your watch to Tudor for servicing, Tudor takes the old movement and replaces it with a new ETA movement before sending it back to you? Well, from a customer point of view, that might seem awesome that you're getting a new movement, but that's not the reason they're doing it. Now they're using a cheaper Sellita movement, but that's a different subject. It's cheaper for them to swap out a $12 movement versus them paying someone to disassemble the watch, clean it and oil it and reassemble it. Never ever buy an ETA or Sellita movement from eBay assuming that it's genuine because the listing and the price point stated so. You're just buying an overpriced replica movement. A $50 polished movement from China is the same movement you buy for $280 to $400 thinking it's genuine. ETA doesn't even sell to some of the top brands, so don't think they're selling to middlemen who are selling on eBay. It's just not happening.